What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. I hope everybody's having a great day. All right, guys, we're going back to the moon to Apollo 16. Now, I have told you guys before that a lot of times these photos are whitened out. They're completely whited out, and you can't see any detail. This photo here is a perfect example of it. Let's get into this. And I think you guys are going to agree, this is phenomenal what I was able to find in this photo. Let's jump into this. This is it right here. You can see AS16-117-18799, Apollo 16. And then, of course, it says a view of lunar rover vehicle, or the LRV, which is right here. You can actually see it right here. This is just the front of it and some the cameras and stuff like that. And you can see it says transverse station 13 to station 10. And we're going to get into that. Now, the description, it says this photograph was taken by the lunar module pilot, or the LMP, from the lunar roving vehicle, or the LRV, as the astronauts drove toward the lunar module near the end of the third EVA period. The dock areas around the lunar module are vehicle and boot tracks, which reflect intense activity associated with the vehicle Apollo Lunar Surface Experiments Package, or the ALSEP, deployment and sample collection. The Apollo Lunar Surface Experiment Package station can be seen along the right margin of the photograph, which is right over here. I'm going to show you that in a little bit, right? The light color is from the blanket of material that was ejected from the craters when they were formed. Just to the left of the lunar module is a crater that is approximately 25 meters in diameter. The commander, CDR, flew the lunar module over the crater just before landing. Stone Mountain forms the skyline along the upper left in the photograph. The golden object in the foreground is the TV camera that provided the Earth with real-time coverage of the mission. Original Film Magazine was labeled F. Film type was SO-168 high-speed color exterior, 60-millimeter lens with a sun elevation of 47 degrees. And, of course, it says subject, and, of course, this. Well, that's good information here. Okay, let's jump into this, and all you got to do is click on it, and this is what you get. And this is from the archive. You can see right here, catalog archives.government. What I want you guys to do is look at this photo first. If you want to just pause this and go to the photo itself and have a good look at it. Because what I'm going to show you is actually in the photo. All right, we can see right here the actual LM, or the LEM, right there. And you can see the actual shadowing right there. Where are the rest of them? There's a crater supposedly right here. I don't see any shadows. Where are the rest of the shadows in this photo? Please show me, because I don't see anything. Nothing in the background. Now, if you were to go here in the front, right here, you can see a couple little rocks right there. You can see a couple little shadows, right? So the sun was pretty high in the lunar sky, right? And you might be able to see a couple over here. Maybe a little here. Not so you can see like this stuff has been completely fudged out. Where are these shadows in this photo? Well, that's because they're hiding something. Now, some skeptics will say, no, that's not true. Let's have a look. Okay, so I'm going to just jump right into this. Okay, notice how there is an overlay on this original photo. See that? See the difference in tone as well? Ah, imagine that. Now, I want you to take note of this straight line right here. I don't know if you guys can see this. Going straight across. Follow the cursor. Going across. Going across. Now, why would there be a straight line on a lunar surface? There's nothing there but hills and dust, right? Rocks, whatever else, right? Why would there be a straight line going just like this? Is it possible there's something else there other than the lunar surface? The answer is yes. Okay. I'm going to show you how I brought this thing out, and a couple people have asked me, hey, Chris, how do you get this stuff to pop in a lot of these photos? Well, it's not an easy answer, because not every photo is the same, right? So you really got to figure the right tools to use for that particular photo. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's back out of this. Go way back out. Now I'm going to go into Photoshop. I'm going to show you this. All right, here we are. Now, the first thing I did was use the equalization tool. I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to show you how easy this was. First, I got it right here. You can see it on the right-hand side. I equalized. Suddenly, everything's blue, right? Which is really weird. Okay, I didn't have to go very far. Check this out. This line right here suddenly has popped out pretty darn well. What do you guys think? Look at this right here, going straight across. Okay, now, let me show you it again. There's a line right there. Why would there be an absolute straight line, again, on this lunar surface? Let's keep going. So now I used brightness and contrast, which you can find up here. Image right here. Whoops. Adjustments right there at the top. Just hit it, adjust it all the way. This is what I did. Just so I can show you guys there, just step by step. Okay, so just max it out to contrast. Okay. Do the same thing again, right here, right across. This time, we're going to lower the brightness. Okay. Nice defined line going right across. See it? Now, take note of something else. I'm just going to go back a little bit on this. Okay. Notice how suddenly this thing is all of a sudden got height to it. See this? Suddenly it looks like it's got height. Let's back out a little bit. And you can see this where the lem is right here. Check this out. Suddenly this has height. Again, take the shadows out of any photo, put an overlay like a whiteout, and you'll be none the wiser. Everything's hidden. You won't be able to see anything. You won't be able to see any depth of a photo. It's as simple as that. There's something else laying right here. I don't know if you guys can see this right here. Going like this. Looks like it stops. And I got another line right here, and it looks like it curves around like this here. Okay. Not sure what to make of that yet. Remember, I'm just getting into this too at the time. Okay. Again, we've got what looks like this weird, almost looks like a ramp type thing. At this point, I don't know what it is. Straight line going across. And again, we got this line continuing all the way on this side. And you can see that line right here. See that? Straight edge going straight across. It's what's supposed to be a lunar surface with nothing but rocks and dust. Okay, so again, this is supposed to be a mountain in the back, but yet there's something right there and something right here. Now I'm going to show you this a little bit better where I started to do this. First of all, take note of this. This white area right here, this whole thing is actually white. Okay? You can see right here where they blotted it out, and they tried to take out the rest of this, but there's blotches of white. Let me explain. Let me show you where this is at. Okay. First of all, this is what I started to do. The photo itself, you seen what color it turned, right? When I did this. It turned like this bluish, right? Okay. So you've got these items right here. Guys, it's so easy to do this. All they have to do is just put something over it, like a fake line, like a fake edge, and just put something over the top of it, kind of blotch it out, try to hide the small or larger anomalies, whatever's on the surface, right? It's very easy to do. Put a little bit darker, and again, we're starting to see these objects. Now, that's only the start. That's what got me kicked off. Again, something right here. Looks like it's going up. You can see where they try. I'm going to show you this in a minute, where they tried to color and draw these things out. But again, here we go. Almost a straight line. Something going like this. I don't know if you guys can see that. Lines tell all, guys. Lines tell it all. Now, I want you to look at the size of these things compared to the lem itself. Keep in mind, if an astronaut's standing, he's about this tall. Okay? I'll just put little arms on him. Okay? He's about that tall. So, when I show you these objects that are in question, you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay. So, after I did that and tried to burn this stuff and take it out, I took all the color out of it, and then this is what I've got. So, started to get into this. And again, you can start to see this, what looks like this platform. At least that's the way it looks. Right then. Okay. Again, we get this line going across, like this. Another one going like this. Okay. Okay, I'm just looking at the lines. Nothing more at this moment. Again, here we go with this weird line. You can see the gray. Do you guys see the difference in the gray right here? From this point right here to this point. You can see where there's actual a line right there, and it goes up again like this. That tells me it looks like some kind of a ramp, right? At least that's what it looks like. That's what I would think it is. Let's go over here. Again, we got our straight line. All right, something right here. And again, we've got these objects, whatever these things may be, that are trying to be taken out of the photo, okay? Again, I can just color anything over this and hide all the anomalies. I can easily do this. Okay. Let's go to the second picture. Again, we're progressing forward on this photo. Okay. Now you can start to see these things pop even more, right? Now this is done with, it starts to pixelate, starts to fall apart. We don't want that. So we put a little bit of blur into it. See if we can smooth out the photo, right? And you can see now it's starting to get more and more. Something's starting to come out of this thing. Again, I'm doing sloppy with this guys right here now. But I want you to see this. And you're going to see this a whole lot clearer in a minute. Because again, I'm progressing through the photo. I'm trying to get this process to see if there's anything in here of any value. At least it looks like that at this point when I was doing this. Again, line, so on and so forth. And the other line right over here. And you can start to see these objects in the back. Okay? Now, let me show you something else. This is pretty cool. When you go back to this one right here, you can start to see there's something in here. I'm not sure what to make of that. Okay, and you got this, what looked like I said, what looked like a ramp or something along them lines, right? You can start to see where they started to do something here. They tried to take this thing out as much as they could, right? Okay, let's go into this further. Okay, this has been, when I started to bring this out more and more, I was shocked. Because let me tell you something, and I'm going to show you this. This is another cool little item you guys got to notice in a minute. When you look at this, I'm seeing platforms. I'm seeing something on top of this as well, right here. Comes down, this goes up and across and around that part. Goes like this. There's something on top of this, meaning there's something else that's higher right here. I'm guessing, and this is nothing more than a guess, these are actually part of this item right here. This piece right here. I don't know if this is a flat platform, but this is part of. So these may be actually resting on top of this. And what they do is they try to white it all out and smooth it out to make it look like it's separate. So in other words, you got mountains in the back, something else in the foreground. Is it? It may actually be sitting on top of this piece right here. Now, I'm going to show you guys something that's pretty cool too. Now let's finish this up. Here's all the lines that come out of it. Okay. Now, let me show you guys something right here. Here's the lines we're talking about right here. And you can see this thing go like this. Okay. All right. You can see these lines pretty darn clearly. To me, these are structures. And they're alien structures. I don't think it's something we've done. Now, somebody had mentioned before, they said, what if this was something about, you remember the Nazis that supposedly have gone in the 50s and 60s and stuff like that, and this is what we're seeing. I don't think that's the case, guys. I'll be truthful with you. I don't think that's the case at all. I think they're just looking at something that's been left there, and this is the reason why they went back 7 frickin' times, or 6 times, because you got 11 through 17, right? Okay, so let's go on. I'm going to throw some filters over this, try to make it pop a little bit. Just a little bit, nothing more. Sharpen up just a hair. And this is what we got, guys. This is the best I can drag out of this. Okay? This is the finished product. Now, I want you guys to take note of the wheel marks of the lunar rover. Look at the way these things do this. I'm just going to draw one side of one of the wheel tracks. Look at this. Goes over. Turns. Same thing with the other. See this? Turns. Wonder why it turned. Because it couldn't go into the stuff that's laying there. Again, they go off to the side here, to the left. See this? Right here. Okay, the other one right here. Going like this, going across. We've got all kinds of wheel marks going like this here. And they're going, why did it turn around and not go into this? Why didn't it go straight ahead? Because as you can see, there's objects in the photo. Now, I'm going to go back to the original. Again, nothing there to see. Complete nothing. Again, just the lack of shadows alone should have people scratching their head. And guys, you can see that piece right there. You can see it right there. Right there. Right smack dab right there. And these other whiter pieces are right here. This is not little, little other parts or wispy parts of this lunar surface. This is the actual real deal here, guys. This is stuff being hidden in the photo. And this makes perfect sense. When you look at this thing, it's completely whited out, nothing there to see. Now, if you look at it, it makes sense that they would go all over the sides of this thing. Check it out. Look at whichever direction these things go to. Look at the wheel marks. Again, off to the left. Circles in the front of it, literally goes like this and comes back around. Off to the right. Look at the way it goes like this. Off to the right of this thing. It's checking on every darn piece of this structural, or structures, I should say, structured area. You can see these things pretty darn easy. Look at the way these things are doing it. And again, why would they, veer off if there's nothing there to begin with? Like I said, I thought this was pretty wild, and I didn't notice until after that these things actually did this. The wheel, or the tread marks of this rover, in the directions they went in. They all go around or avoid going into these said items. And here's the thing. I'm drawing this right here. Where did this one go? Where did this other wheel mark go right here? It starts off right here. boom, stops. You can only make the assumption that it keeps going like this here, right? To follow the other mark. It makes sense. But when you look at this, there's something else right here, and I can't make out what that is. I really didn't enhance that, to be truthful with you guys. There's something else right here. I almost forgot. Let me see if I can find this. Okay, let's go over here. Check out whatever the hell this thing is. There's something sitting right here on the ground, right there. See it right there? Whatever the hell these things are, all I do is I brought out the actual lines. Whatever this thing is, and it has this weird opening thing. See what this is right here? Looks like some kind of pipe type thing, or whatever this is, sticking out of it. Right there. And it has what looks like things. I don't know how to explain this. Check this out. What could that be, guys? This thing has landed in a bunch of stuff here on this moon. It's as simple as that. Look at it. Look at it. There's actually stuff up here, too. See this right here, all this area? Suddenly it's no longer flat. You can see things literally standing up on the ground. They want you to believe that this is nothing more than a flat surface. It's not. It hasn't been. Never been. They're not there looking at lunar rocks, guys. I promise you. You guys can give me your take on this. Right there. And again, I believe these objects... Actually, you can see something right there. Look at the way this thing is. And, of course, we're only seeing bits and pieces, to be truthful with you guys. You know, there's people that will scoff at, doing this kind of work. But you know what? It takes a lot more talent to bring out something that's hidden and decipher a photo than it is to simply point a telescope at the moon. Anybody can do that. Anybody who's got a telescope can do that. When you can break down what's really in these photos, then you got something, my man. Right here. These white pieces sticking out. See that? What do you guys think? To me, this is absolutely awesome. Like I said, if you were some kind of astronaut, you'd be standing right about here. If you're even that tall. I don't even think you're that tall. I actually believe, if I remember correctly, when I see in the videos, these guys weren't but this tall tops. And the actual lunar buggy was on the side. Okay, and they literally pulled it down out of it, and it kind of opened up, and literally, the wheels opened and unfolded and everything else. And then, of course, they went on and off they went, right? And understand, if they were that tall or that small, whatever they are, check it out. If they were to walk over there, they'd get smaller and smaller. The more you go off in the distance, the smaller you'll get, right? Now, I want you to picture these guys over here, because if you were to look at the actual lunar buggy marks, they get smaller and smaller. See how, they're not very far apart from each other right there? Yeah. So these guys would be much smaller over here. That's pretty big. Whatever these things are pretty darn large. You guys be the judge of it. All right, guys. Let me jump out of this. I just wanted to show you this. I'm going to just back out of this real quick. And again, we can see these objects, which is supposed to be a mountain. It is not. There's actual objects hidden in here. And again, right off the bat, when you start to see this right here, there's two photos. There's one overlapping, and what they used was an acetate back in the day, which is basically a transparent film, and they would just put anything they want on it. They would literally line it up with the original, go over whatever they want to block out. The problem is that anything that has lines to it, you can drag it out through the manipulation, and that's what you end up seeing. And again, you don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure out why this looks completely flat, but yet you can see this straight line going across. Wait a minute. How is that possible when it's nothing more than just a flat area, right? There you go. Do each step again. See it? There's all the lines I can bring out of it, at least for that section. That's what I've done. I'm not sure what all this mess over here is, guys. I don't know what all of this is. I truthfully don't know. I don't know if it's something they just put in there, just kind of made it look like it has wispiness to it or whatever, but it wouldn't matter because, look, you really can't see too much of it at all. Look at it. It's wild when you can see a shadow there, but nothing else is casting a shadow anywhere. None of it. Even the actual equipment here, even though it is a good distance away, right? So, to be fair, that may be the only reason. Let's jump out. Again, we don't want to get too much into the photo, but we want to bring the stuff out. Anyway, guys, you be the judge. Let me know what you guys think. To me, guys, these guys were never up there for anything else other than to find out what's on the moon. That's all there is to it. These guys were not up there for rocks and all kinds of boulders and sand dust and all this other crap. They were up there to see what's really on the moon. I'm telling you right now, just from the stuff I've seen in these photos, and other people have submitted some too, so there'll be more of these types of photos. You guys can check those out. We do have more Mars coming up. Somebody asked me, hey, are you going to do any more Mars? Absolutely, we're going to be doing more of those, so stay tuned for that. Anyway, guys, again, drop your comments down below. Let me know what you think we're seeing here. To me, without a doubt, structures, but you guys may have a different idea. Let me know. And again, like and definitely share the video. Always appreciate you guys know that. Anyway, guys, have yourself a good week. And I will see you on the live stream Sunday night at 7. Anyway, guys, have yourself a good one. And I'll see you on the flip side.